Good morning, third grade. Today you have lesson 37, and it is a review for a test that you will have tomorrow. So I'm just going through some of it with you just to help you remember how to start some of these, but tomorrow I won't be able to do that. So make sure that you're trying to get as much done on your own as you can. So for the first part, it says follow the signs and check. So for A, you're still going to add it, but you don't need to check if it's addition. I do want you to check subtraction. So since the first one's just adding, go ahead and add it. I will do C though with you since it is the hardest of the two subtraction ones. So first you follow the sign, which is subtract. So we're going to start by looking at our ones place here. And is there more on top or more on the floor? There's more on the floor, so you're going to go next door, except there's nothing next door, so you're going to go to the next door neighbor. We're going to change our 2 into a 1, which means that the neighbor gives 10, makes that number 10, but I still need to give to the first neighbor, so 10 becomes a 9, so that way this one can become a 13. Now I can subtract as usual. 13, take away 8. You can count backwards or count up from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Also, you've probably learned that 3, 5, and 8 are a fact family. Okay, then 9, take away 9 is 0. We have to bring down our decimal that we have. And then 1, take away 1 is also 0 at our dollar sign. Okay, so that's 5 cents is what we got for an answer. Now to double check it, we know that when we subtract, the biggest number has to be on top. Well, the opposite of subtracting is adding, so I'm going to add my two smaller numbers, and hopefully underneath the double line I will get the biggest number, because when we add, our number gets bigger. So 8 and 5 is 13. Carry my little 1. 9 plus 0 plus the little 1 is a 10. Carry my little 1 again. Then I have a 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2. Put my decimal in there. 203. Does that match? Yep, that one up there says 203. So that's how you check your subtraction problems in case you forgot. So go ahead and do that for B. You can either pause the video or come back and finish it later. On number 2, you are multiplying. So we start always with this bottom number and we first multiply to the ones. So 3 times 9, we can sing our 3 song. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So I'll carry my 2 and put down my 7. Now I'm going to do 3 times 0. Boys and girls, it's only 3 times 0. You do not do anything with this 2 until after you multiply. That's why I put a little plus there that I just covered up. You add 2. So first we do 3 times 0, which is 0. Now 0 plus 2 is just 2. Okay, so you multiply. Once you get your answer, then you add. All right, and then finally we'll do 3 times 3, 3, 6, 9, stop. So 927. So if I had 309 3 times, this is the same as multiplication if I add all those up. And that should equal 927. Okay, practice your multiplication on the next 2 for me, please. Then practicing dividing. This is your newest skill that we just learned that's already on a test. So the first step is to divide. So go ahead and write that. What I mean by divide is I have 6 of something and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share into groups of 2. So I count by 2s until I get to 6. 2, 4, 6. Well, I got 3, so we write our quotient on top. My second step is to multiply. And I like to put the little multiplication symbol in the corner just to help remember what we're multiplying. We're multiplying 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and I write it down below. Now I have two numbers underneath the box, so I subtract both of those numbers. 6 take away 6, draw that equal sign. 6 take away 6 is 0. The last step is to check it or compare it. I'm comparing the 0 to the 2. Is 0 less than 2? Yes, so my problem is done. All right, practice that with letter B, please. Number 4, show your facts 4 ways. The first way you're going to do it is just copy that one. So I can do 3 times 5 is 15. Do the opposite multiplication, starting with the 5. Okay, you do the rest of that. Then the other, when it says 4 ways, is kind of like what I just showed you up here. Multiplying is the same thing as repeated addition. So I'll do 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And I'm going to add them up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 threes, which is what I need. And I can count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, and then the other one, I need to start with 5. So I'll let you finish that one. How many do you need? Number 5 is a story problem. It says solve the story problem. There are 4 toothbrushes in each package. Each package. How many toothbrushes are in 8 packages? Okay, if that doesn't make sense, draw 8 packages. Here's the package 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inside each package has 4 toothbrushes. So you could do tally marks, or you could just write the number 4. Okay, or you can do an equation, which is what I hope you're catching on to. But if you didn't, draw it out. All right, write the quotients. When we write the quotients, it means we're dividing, but dividing is the opposite of multiplying. And when we multiply, we skip count. So that means you can skip count by this number in order to get to the starting number. So if I skip count by 4s until I get to 16, how many times does it take me? That will be your answer. But here is a little trick for dividing by 4s. When we divide by 4, or when we multiply by 4, I mean, we double the double. Well, what's the opposite of doubling? If I am saying that like 2 times 6 is doubling, I'm doing 6 plus 6. But when I want to know what 12 divided by 2 is, I'm just cutting it in half. So for 4, I'm going to half the half. So what I mean is, what's half of 16? Half of 16 is 8. Then what's half of 8? 4. So let's check and see if that's our answer. Does 4 times 4 equal 16? Yes, it does. So that worked. All right, so let's try this next one beside it. What's half of 12? Half of 12 is 6. Then what's half of 6? That's 3. So my answer is 3. So for division by 4s, you can do half of half. Some of you caught on that dividing by 2 means you just do half of that number. Well, since 4 is a double of 2, the same rule applies. You just, instead of double, you half the half. Okay? All right, turn it over. All right, you have find the perimeter. Remember, we did a little activity where you had to walk along the perimeter. Okay, so how are you going to solve this if you walked along the perimeter? But area, oh, that one says perimeter, also on B. area, you can number the squares. You don't have to, but you can if that's helpful. Otherwise, how many squares go up and down? 2. How many go across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you can do something with those 2 numbers, 2 and 10. On number 9, try your hardest to do these without looking in your interactive notebook, because they will be on your quizzes and your tests, and those quizzes and tests you cannot use your interactive notebook. So see how many of them you can do without it. Also, for like this problem or this problem, remember you can draw on your paper the gallon man. It's not really a man, but the picture, and that can help you, and you can be like, oh yeah, I remember now that 2 cups are in a pint, which that's not one of them, but that's how you can help remember. And you can draw that little G on your quizzes or on your test. You just can't look at your interactive notebook. All right, and then the last part is true or false. You're going to actually write the word true, or you're going to write the word false. So is A, the red shape, is that a trapezoid? You're just writing true or false. Okay. Brain Booster says the perimeter of a square is 24 inches. How long is each side? And the hint says, remember, a square has 4 equal sides. Okay. All right. You do not need to do any of the homework today because you've already practiced each of those skills in the lesson somewhere else. All right. Please remember to raise your hand if you have any questions and ask for help, because you'll want to know if you're getting it right today so that you know if you're ready for the test tomorrow. All right. Good luck, and please work hard.